Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
All right, we are back with another 49ers roster countdown. We have number 33. A surprise, I think, for some, that I have him this high on the list. Nickel cornerback Darqueze Dennard, former first-round pick that's entering into his 8th season and has kind of been pulled off the scrap heap as a potential starter. In fact, not a potential starter. He took every single first-team rep at the nickel slot corner spot through mini camps and OTAs. And D'Amico and Kyle Shanahan, everybody has just very, very positive things, nothing but positive things about this kid. He's got all the talent in the world, hasn't really found his spot in the NFL, and only showed up in one game, played in one game for the 49ers last year, and that was really just a quarter and a half, which, hey, guess what? We happen to have here for you. So we'll throw this up here now. We did a full breakdown of every snap he had last year. Wasn't many, but it was in one of the most important games of the year, Week 18, at the Los Angeles Rams, where the 49ers won. He came in the third quarter at that nickel spot. Played well, nothing really, great or bad or whatever. If you want to watch the full, video breakdown, you can head over to Patreon, 49ers Rush Podcast, just patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast. You can check it out there. Just type in Darqueze Dennard. It pulls right up. But who is this guy? Okay, he's, jersey number, which has changed a lot. He's number 31 now. He was 43 last year, 5'11", 202. He fits the exact athletic profile that 49ers love at corners, anywhere from 5'10 and a half to 6'1", right around 200 pounds. He's got it. He's 30 years old. So a little bit older. He is from central Georgia, right by Macon. He went to Twiggs County High School in Jeffersonville, Georgia. The Cobras. Was a communication major, and he went to Michigan State. He was a 2-star recruit and was an athlete and a wide receiver, and eventually dominated. I'm putting it mildly. One of the best players in the country at Michigan State, maybe the best football player that they have had at Michigan State as far as just accolades go in their college performance. He was unreal. I mean, he won the Jim Thorpe Award, right, for best defensive back in the entire country. He was unbelievable. I was really, really high on him coming out in 2012, and so were the Bengals, right? I mean, they drafted him the first pick of the number 24 overall. Now, he played wide receiver, cornerback, and special teams returner in high school, lettered in basketball and track and field. And, whenever he came out, I mean, listen to all these high school accolades. He was the All-Star game for Georgia in 2009, two-time Associated Press All-State selection at wide receiver, named the Atlantic Journal All-State team as a defensive back, honorable mention All-State defensive player as a senior. He was the All-State, All-Georgia kick returner. He did it all. He really did it all. He took his team, the Cobras, 11-2, advanced to the state quarterfinals, had 50 tackles, 9 interceptions in 1 year. I mean, he just did it all through the air, returning, whatever else. And if you look at he had 61 receptions, 923 yards, 17 touchdown catches as a junior. I mean, he was all over the place. And then once he gets to Michigan State, makes the transition to defensive back. First Spartan to win the Jim Thorpe Award. First Spartan to be unanimous first team All-American. He was the Big Ten Defensive Back of the Year. First team All Big Ten. Big Ten Defensive MVP. Nagurski Trophy finalist. I mean, he has been the best player on the field all throughout high school and all throughout college. Then he gets to the NFL. And, unfortunately was drafted by a very bad team and just never really caught on. 4.42, 40 speed. He's quick. And, that's something that hasn't been lost. 7.073 cone, not good. If you wanted to ask me, why his issues were, it's change of direction. Which, man, this clip that just right there just showed, not great change of direction. But, again, he's against Cooper Kupp. He got crossed over. Cooper Kupp kind of crosses over everybody. 36-inch vertical. You look at his athletic comps to today's NFL. Trent McDuffie went in the first round, almost identical. Troy Pride, who was a starting corner for the Rams. He belongs athletically. But when he got drafted 2014, I think I said 2012 earlier. I was wrong there. When Darqueze Dennard got drafted in 2014, picked 24 by the Bengals, he didn't make one start his rookie year. Played 14 games, nothing too great. 2015, one start. 2016, 3 starts. 2017, 6 starts. So it seemed like it was building up. 9 starts in 2018. Didn't play at all in 2019. And then he bounced around on some practice squads. Arizona, Indianapolis, New York Giants. Then came the 49ers. Literally just picked him up in the middle of the season and threw him out there. Now, if you look at his, entire catalog, what he's done, 25 career starts, that's a lot. 77 games played, that's impressive. So he's a vet. This is somebody you can trust. He's going to know what to do. That's why they could throw him in on such short notice in this Rams game, Week 18, and it pan out. So 274 career tackles, 3 career sacks, 22 pass breakups, 4 interceptions, 1 defensive touchdown, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Now, again, the thing I got to throw out there, remember, very, very important. And if you want to watch the rest of this, there's I think there's like another 12 minutes with, all my breakdowns. I dub over and I tell you what I'm looking at. So again, Patreon's for where you can get that. Every single play, offense and defensively, the last 2 years, plus every draft pick film, all you want. So if you want to get ready for training camp, head over to the Patreon. You don't like it, money back guaranteed, no questions asked. So go check that out, and it supports the show. Now, why do the 49ers like him? They've got a lot of bodies there. Diamandor Lenore hasn't really panned out there. He's working mostly outside. Dante Johnson's taking snaps there as well. They let K'Wan Williams go. Samuel Womack, who I think eventually will win that job. I don't think they're going to trust him early on. I think he's going to be on a similar career path as Ambry Thomas, where you let him sit, you let him rest, and if Darqueze can't pull the slack, then you throw in Samuel Womack. So I have him starting Week 1. That's why I have him number 33, right? Most important 49ers for the 2022 season, this season. That's why I got him number 33. He's going to be the starting nickel Week 1. Can he hold the job? That's a whole nother argument. But again, I've said this several times, and I'm very, very, I buy into this. 49ers had a top 10 defense in 2021. They will have a top 5 defense in 2022 if 2 questions can be answered. Number 1, the number 2 safety, Talanoa Hufanga, can play adequate. And the second question is, can the slot corner role for the 49ers just be average? You don't need Pro Bowl level play. You don't need all pro level play. Just average NFL quality starter. The 49ers will have a top 5 defense in the NFL. That's a big if, though. And Darqueze Dennard, our guy that we have here, the coaching staff loves him. They absolutely love him. They trust him. He's got the pedigree. He's got the athleticism. He's got the experience. Just has never really put it together. So we will be watching jersey number 31. He was 43 last year, and he's number 33 on our list now. If he can come through, that 49ers defense is going to be almost unstoppable. I want to say thank you to Anthony, Josh, the executive producers of this entire series. Man, we're at 33. We're getting close, baby. We're just going to keep counting them down.